Alright, hopefully I won't screw this up. It's March 14th, 2013, and I am in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Rick and I are here to do the AKC Rally Nationals and Agility Nationals, and I could not resist the temptation to walk Riva's track, her VST track from 51 weeks ago, this Sunday. It's a nice day. It's quite a bit windier than it was that morning. It's about an hour later, and it is not as warm as it was that day. So this is the third time I've walked it. I've walked it with the map and with the aerial view, so I can try and get as close as possible. I'm not sure anyone will see this except me, but it's something that I would like to have, and it would only be better if she was here with me. Okay, so this is about where the track started. The first leg was much shorter than I had anticipated. Riva had drawn the second track, and the first track had a very long first leg, and I was expecting the same thing. Okay, my eyes are already running. So, we're heading for that third tree. Not sure how bouncy this is going to be. Riva started really well. She was dead on the track, and my entrance to the track was pretty much straight on. I have a feeling this is going to be bouncy. Okay, this was the first turn, and at the first turn, from this house came a boxer who hit that fence barking. So you can see how close that was to Riva. Neither one of us saw that coming, and it scared the crap out of both of us. I was sure the track went straight because it seemed to me that we had just gotten started. So when the boxer hit that fence, Riva almost immediately turned right. So she's turning right, and I'm thinking, does the track go that way, or is she trying to get away from the boxer? And then she immediately settled into tracking posture, so I went, oh well, going with. So I see this opening dead ahead into this parking garage. And I had done a fair amount of work with her in covered parking garages, so I was not unhappy to see this. So she tracked very confidently dead into this parking garage, which today I will endeavor not to be hit by a car. On that Sunday, there was no cars in here. Maybe a couple, but I don't remember seeing any cars that day. The track came right to here and made a left turn. And this was our moment of truth turn. See the crack in the pavement? I believe it went right down that crack. Well, as you can see from that opening, the map says 15 yards. Whew, I don't know. It seems pretty close to me. So as she came in the building, her head hooked to this side, and I looked down to the left, and I thought, I need to remember this in case she wants to come back this way. So her head hooked. I really didn't think it went that way, and then she went straight. So we went clear through this parking garage, and here's where I will be forever grateful to those judges that day who gave us this amount of leeway. And all of these people are going to think I'm out of my mind. But as we all know, I am out of my mind. That has been demonstrated over and over. So then, I see this opening in front on the other end of the parking garage, and Riva's like, cool, this is where we're going. She dives out this opening, and then she breaks off, and I'm looking ahead at me at all of these possibilities, wondering what in the heck. And then I stole a glance behind me, and there were the judges on the outside of the opening, the original opening. And I said to self, I don't think it goes this way. So, as Riva gave me line, we backed up, and we backed up, and we came back in the parking garage. I believe she broke off and went down this side, where I'm going to get hit by a car again. We'll wait till this car goes by. I'm sure someone will be calling the mental health people anytime. There's a crazy woman in a parking garage. Uh-oh. So we're working our way back this way. I just cannot believe we got that far off and passed. Here comes another car. She started to break up this way, came back, worked our way back, worked our way back, worked our way back, and I'm looking at judges standing right there in that opening, thinking, here we go. Worked our way back. Now I'm that close to the judges. She wheels down this crack, and then I spy ahead of me an article, and I'm thinking, oh my God. So down the crack we go. I'm trying to figure out on the map exactly where this article was, but I'm going to guess about in this area. It was not that far past the turn, but as it was something flat. And I remember looking down and thinking, gosh, I think that's an article. When she got to this point, I turned around and I actually said to the judges, if she does not do anything else today, that was worth it to me. That she and I together were able to work through that problem. Gail Brown said to me later, she could not believe that I was able to get out of that trouble, and she was very impressed with my patience and Riva's patience with me. So now, from this point on, until the last turn, she was pretty much dead on it. More people who will think I'm crazy. Hi. So, we're heading dead into this building. So obviously it turns left or it turns right. Do not believe it goes through the closed door. Pretty sure it doesn't go left. And she just wheeled on this turn, and off we went. Tracking very strongly at this point. Got a lot of different surfaces here. There's some flagstone, hold a little more scent. So now we come out into this area. Here's our same parking garage. Pretty sure it doesn't go that way. Doesn't go through that planting, pretty darn sure. So it's got to turn here. So we get out into this blacktop, and it turns left. And now I'm starting to get a little nervous. Thinking, wow, could this happen? Could this actually happen? Up over the sidewalk. Now in here I could be 10 yards off either way. It's difficult to tell by the map what they were heading for. But it went through this grassy area. I'm pretty sure we're pretty darn close here. And then there was an article right about here. And when she got this article, I was like, I absolutely do not think I will survive if this dog does not pass yet again after getting this close. So on we go. And now she's tracking like a freight train. I got to thinking yesterday, her TDX was the same way. She spent at least 10, maybe 15 minutes on the first turn and then just nailed the rest of it. So this grass is kind of dead and icky, but certainly holding some nice scent. And now this is our last non-vegetated portion. So we crossed the sidewalk and we went into this blacktop. And I believe we went in between that sign and that box. So I don't know if they were heading for that tree. I really can't tell by the map. But she did not waver here at all. She was dead on it. Okay, last little portion of non-veg, and into the vegetation we go. And now I'm really starting to lose it. I'm like, oh my God. We've got to be, I knew there was one more turn, but which way does it go? Let's wait and see what she has to say. So, we're heading for this pretty busy road up here. I certainly know it doesn't cross that road. Got her head down. She's tracking well. And I'm thinking turn. Gotta be a turn here somewhere. Gotta be the last turn. Where is it? I'm seeing nothing. We get to this point, and she breaks off, and she searches, and she goes that way. And I go with her, and I'm thinking, and I'm thinking, and I'm thinking, we flunked the last turn on our last try. And so I said, Riva, are you sure? Are you sure? And she broke off. She came back around. And now she's heading this way. And now I can tell she's tracking. And I know she's on the last leg. And I'm absolutely, I can't breathe. I'm losing my mind. And she's pretty much heading pretty much on this line. Looking at the map, these two trees on the right, on the map it looks like she actually went straight through those trees. Now, right about here, she starts diving on every piece of trash she sees. Any big leaf she sees, any trash she sees, her tongue is hanging out. It's at least, 15 degrees warmer than it is right now. She is hot. There's no breeze to cool her down. And I'm thinking, tracking gods cannot let me flunk here. They just cannot, can they? And then she dives on something right about here. And I remember I stopped and turned around and said, that's not it, is it? Nobody says anything. So I tell her to track. Off she goes. Off she goes. And I'm thinking, it's gotta be here. It's gotta be right here. And there she goes, tongue hanging out. Tongue hanging out. And then I see it. And she sees it too. And she runs ahead to it. And I turned around and I said something like, seriously? Really? And Carol Clark said, yes, seriously. And that was her VST. And I just, I started crying and carrying on. And then the judges came up. They were behind me. And the track layer was with them. And then there's one picture of me and the judges in the track layer. And we're all looking down at Riva. The only thing that would have made this better was to have had pictures of the whole thing. Whenever I see people that have that opportunity to have pictures, I'm like, oh my God, I can't imagine. But I will get by without that. I will live without that. So anyway, this is the third time I've walked it since I got here. And just me walking it, it took me 13 minutes to walk that. That day, it took Riva, I believe it was 32 minutes to run the track. And a good 15 of that was spent on that turn, on the moment of truth turn. I don't think I will ever do anything else in dogs that comes close to Riva passing her VST after all the struggles that we had and ending up with the quintuple championship. And wow, it was just way cool. So that's my video of the most exciting day. Oh, and of course Rick got his Ach the day before, so it was the most exciting weekend of my doggy career. So if you have been watching this and you've gotten this far, I appreciate that. The end.